welcome back to my channel. It's just Clarice, and today I am back. As some of you may have noticed, I've been on hiatus for a little while, about a month actually. I'm going to talk a little bit in today's video about why I left and what you can expect from me now that I'm back. But I didn't want to make this just a boring video where I sit down and talk at you for 10 minutes straight. So I decided to add in a little element of fun and creativity that will hopefully make this a more enjoyable video to watch. So I'm doing a Chatty Get Ready With Me, and I've decided to do a full face of drugstore makeup using some products that I already owned, as well as some new products that I have never tried before, just got, and will be trying on camera for the first time with you guys today. So without any further ado, let's dive right on into today's video. The very first thing that I do every time I do my makeup is my eyebrows. And normally I try to do my eyebrows off camera because I do them the same every single time. But the eyebrow product that I'm using today is one of my new products. This is from a brand that I have never used any of their makeup before, but I've heard about them. I've heard mixed things. This is Kiss New York Professional. It is their top brow fine precision brow pencil, and I got mine in the shade Deep Dark Brown. I actually wasn't planning on picking up this pencil today. I was actually going to get the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, which I've never tried, but I've heard very, very good things. However, they didn't carry my shade. And this is in London Drugs, where they have the biggest NYX section of any store besides an actual NYX cosmetic store. So I found this, and it looks to be pretty much the same just based on the box. The tip looks the same. It also has a spoolie on the other end, so hopefully it'll work just as well. I haven't even swatched it because they didn't have testers. I was just assuming that deep dark brown would be, you know, my shade, because my hair is really, really, really dark brown. This is a very thin pencil. This is the spoolie side. It's a nice long spoolie. Feels nice. Oh, kind of stiff, but that's not too bad. I mean, a stiff spoolie could mean that it's just gonna really get my hairs in place. It's a very small tip, but it's rounded. So I do think it looks a little bit like the Micro Brow Pencil by NYX. The way I normally do my brows, I just brush them through into the shape that I want them to be in, and then I just draw little strokes to kind of fill them in, look a little bit more full. And I usually do draw out the edge a little bit, just the end of the brow, because I like a nice soft curved arch with a sharp tip at the end. Hopefully this isn't too creamy to the point where it just kind of gets everywhere, but I'm also hoping it's not too like waxy or stiff to the point where I'm not getting any product down on my face. Here are my brows. This one is filled in, this one is not. And I really actually do like it. I think it is pretty easy to work with. It is nice and creamy, but it's not too creamy that I'm getting product in places that I don't want product. And it is the shape, exactly the shape that I like it to be. So I'm just going to quickly fill in my other eyebrow, and then we can move on with the rest of the face. Okay, so now that our brows look crazy, I mean, I think the color match is good, but yeah, they're definitely very full. I'm going to need to do like a full face of makeup to complement them, which is fine because I like to do that anyways. So the next product that we're going to move on with is eyeshadows, because I always do my eyes before my base, which brings us to the next new product that I got. And by the way, when I say new product, I want to clarify that I mean it's new to me, it's new in my life, but it's not necessarily new to the shelves. In fact, I don't think any of these products are like brand new, including this palette, I believe. This is the Makeup Revolution Reloaded palette. I actually think that this is a really interesting looking palette. The color scheme is not one that I would normally go for, and that's exactly why I picked this up. I've been noticing that a lot of brands are coming out with very colorful palettes. Morphe just dropped a collaboration with James Charles, and it's the Artist palette. I know BH Cosmetics has come out with quite a few colorful palettes recently. I think e.l.f. came out with a fully colorful palette, and CoverGirl did too. I don't know, I've never been drawn to palettes that have a lot of different colors to play with before, but lately I just think it is calling my name, and I think it's because I've been wanting to get more creative lately with my own makeup. You know, I've been playing it safe for so long, and I tend to veer towards more berry tones and red tones and warm tones. So it's nice to step out of your comfort zone every once in a while and play with colors that you wouldn't normally play with. I will not lie though, the main color that drew my attention was this mustard yellow shade. I have been on the hunt for a mustard yellow shade in a palette or a single. Several brands have come out, I think, with palettes that have had that type of shade, but it's all online, and I hate paying shipping. So when I saw this and I saw that shade, I was like, yes, 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 1,000 times yes. But I haven't even swatched these yet, so I don't know what they feel like. I'm gonna do that right now. Please be good. It feels nice. It feels very soft. This is that yellow shade. Oh, it's a little bright in here. I need to get better lighting. It's like a soft, warm toned yellow, but I do like that. It is gonna need some building up to make the color pop on my eyes, but I don't mind that. I like building colors. It's better than when you go in with a color and you put it on your eye and then you can't move it anywhere and it's just there. I'm gonna prime my lids with my Maybelline Better Skin Concealer. This is one of my favorite concealers for brightening up the center of my face as well as for priming my eyelids. Because it's not a super heavy concealer, it dries down pretty quickly, you only need a little bit of product, it goes over, creates a nice smooth base. Color corrects because as you can see my eyes are a little bit discolored from the rest of my face. And it also helps to absorb the natural oils on my eyelids so that the colors don't wear off as easily throughout the day. So now that I have the concealer on my eyelids, I'm just going to go in with a light shade like this one right here. Sort of like a peachy skin colored shade. And I'm just going to tap that all over the eyelid just to set it down. While I'm doing that, I might as well talk to you guys a little bit about why I took a break from YouTube. So the reason that I decided to take a break from YouTube is I had a lot of things going on kind of personally that I need to figure out as far as work and school went, which I have. I've got it all figured out now. I'm good to go. But a couple of things did change, so I needed some time to sort that out. I also just wanted to take some time to figure out what I wanted to do with my channel. I was losing the enjoyment of making videos and I was losing the drive to make videos. I found it to be more of a chore rather than something I was enjoying doing. And that's not what I ever wanted YouTube to be. YouTube was supposed to be fun for me. It was supposed to be kind of like a nice hobby in a way. Not to call YouTube a hobby because I do know a lot of people do this as a career. And I totally get that and support that, and I think that's awesome. If you can make a living doing something that you love, which is creating content, then that's amazing. But for me, this is supposed to be a platform where I can have a good time, kind of escape the daily rat race, and just do something that I enjoy. And it was becoming something that I didn't enjoy, and I was wondering why. And I think it's because I became so focused on what I thought I should be making versus just making stuff that I wanted to make and having fun with it. So basically, I just took some time and refocused my thinking as far as YouTube went and sat down and thought to myself, what kind of videos do I want to make? What steps do I need to take to make sure that I'm making these videos and having fun doing it and editing it and doing all this stuff to the best of my ability? Because I don't just want to make bad videos. If I'm going to make them, I want them to be good. So I'm also playing around with my equipment and trying new things, new editing techniques. Yeah, I'm feeling really reinvigorated to create content, and I'm excited and I have all these ideas. So you can expect new videos from me. My new posting schedule is going to be every Tuesday and Friday now. I want to be posting 2 times a week because I think that'll get me in a better habit of thinking of new video ideas on a more regular and consistent basis, as well as actually get into a habit of editing and filming and churning out content. I have that base set down now, and it is a little bit darker than I was anticipating. It looks really, really light here in the pan, but on the eyelid it's a bit warmer. So I have a feeling that these shadows are going to appear a bit warmer than they do in the pan because they are almost like cool toned. Do you know what I mean? But when I swatched them, they were deeper as well. So I have a feeling that these shadows are a little bit, they're a little bit deceptive. Okay, guys, what should I do here? What should I do? Should I go really crazy here and just go for like a blue-green look and maybe pop a little bit of yellow on like the bottom lash line? Okay, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I've never really done a look like that before. And that's the whole point. That's the reason I got this palette, is so I could do something different and not do the same look again and again and again. I think I'm gonna take the smaller crease brush first, and I'm going to dip it into this taupey gray shade. I'm gonna pop that all over the lid, just all over the crease. I like that. It creates a little bit of like a soft, cool tone contrast between the eyelid and the brow bone. Now using that same brush, I'm gonna dip into light green shade right here in the center. It's almost like a camo green, and I'm gonna put that right over top of that gray shade, taking it all the way into the inner corner and all the way out again. I'm gonna take this green shade and I'm gonna put this all over my lid to kind of get rid of that oranginess that's still there. I don't mind having a bit of the orangey tan color in the crease because it's kind of a nice transition, but I don't want it on the lid anymore. These colors definitely need a lot of building up to get them to where you want to go. Once you're there, it's actually quite pretty, and they do blend out really nicely. Ooh, I like that. I like that so far. So those are pretty much the greenest greens in the palette. I'm gonna grab my larger crease brush that's still very pointed, and I'm just going to very carefully dip into that bluey, little bit green shade. And I'm going to very carefully buff this into my outer corner, doing sort of a V shape. This eye is so much easier. I do not know why. Alright, so I'm going to leave the eyes like this for now, and I'm going to start on the rest of my face. So the next product that I'm going to go in with is my primer, and this is a primer that I already have in my collection. I haven't had it for that long actually, but I really do like it. It is the Milani Prime Perfection Primer. It is hydrating and pore minimizing. Feels so good on the skin. And now we're gonna go in with another new product. This is the CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream, and it is oil-free, and it says it's for oily skin, but I read online that it should be good for combination skin as well. I do get a very oily T-zone, so I'm hoping that this will help to keep those oils at bay, but I don't want it to be too drying because I have a dry patch right here and right here, so hopefully this won't cling to those areas. I'm gonna put a little bit on this brush. It does have pretty decent coverage for a BB cream. I'd say it's light to medium, which is nice. Usually with a BB cream, it's very, very light. But I had some pinky redness around my face that is significantly reduced. It's definitely helped to even out my skin tone quite a lot, but I do have a little pimple coming through that you can still see, and there's still some blemish marks that are definitely coming through. I'm gonna put a little bit more onto my cheeks just to see how buildable this is, and that did build up a little bit actually. I would say it is definitely more medium coverage on my cheeks now. Still not quite full coverage, but it covered up a lot of the scarring there and a lot of the pinky redness, so yes. This is a buildable BB cream. It feels very lightweight on the skin. It doesn't feel too heavy. And I'm liking the way it's looking. It definitely has a matte finish. There's a little bit of a sheen, but I kind of like it. It looks healthy. And it doesn't feel sticky or tacky or anything like that, which is really nice. It's definitely dried down now. I'm not really getting any pickup on my hands. So that is a really nice BB cream. I am impressed. If anything changes, I will let you guys know, but so far, so good. I'm in the shade light medium, by the way, and it was a perfect color match for me. It's not too dark, not too light. Yeah, I like that a lot. The next step is setting powder, even though my face does feel pretty set already. So I think I'm just gonna focus this in the center of my face, which is probably a good thing because the setting powder I got is a pressed powder. And I've read really good things about this one. This is the Rimmel London Insta Fix and Matte Translucent Pressed Powder. I'm just going to take this on a fluffy powder brush. I just realized I didn't put on concealer. Is it risky to put concealer on top of powder? I'm going to do it anyways because I definitely do need more coverage. My under eyes are very dark right now. So we're going to risk it, guys. We're going to risk it for the biscuit. I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me, and this is in the shade 10 Light. And I found that with this concealer, you get the most coverage out of it when you tap it in with your fingers first, and then you go in with a sponge to blend it out. I'm just going to do a tiny little bit of contouring, and I'm using my Milani Contour and Highlight Stick. And this is actually in Deep Dark, but it's a warmer contour stick, and I like that. The light to medium shade was way too light and way too cool toned. And I just do tiny little lines just right there. I don't go in too crazy with my contour. And I just do a little bit up here, contour the forehead. And then I do a little bit on my chin. It's because I have a very round face. Alright, so now that my base is down, now I'm going to go in with that powder. Ooh, this powder is really doing the trick. All the tackiness gone. So far, it looks really nice and very matte. Very, very matte. Before we go in with the rest of the face, we gotta finish up the eyes. I have zoomed you in again so you can get that close-up look at what we're doing here. And we're just gonna finish up the bottom lash line. Now, I definitely want to pop this yellow onto my lid. I'm just wondering how I should do this. So, first, I'm going to take that gray and green shade from before, this one here and this one, and I'm actually just going to mix these two together. And I'm just going to run this along the bottom lash line, really close to the lash line. Now I'm going to take this yellow shade, and I'm going to take it on a flat liner brush, and I'm going to stamp into it and then just sort of stamp it right along my waterline. I'm going to take that same smaller pencil blending brush, and I'm going to dip into that green shade we used before all over our lid. And I'm going to dip into the blue shade a little bit. And again, just very close, not going over the yellow, but as close to it as I can get. That's the eye look I came up with. It's not perfect. It is my first time kind of playing with these types of colors, but I like it. I'm proud of how it turned out. I'm happy with it. It took forever, but I like it. It's smoky and dark and, you know, very different from what I normally do. To finish off the eyes, we're going to go in with some mascara, and I have been dying to try this because people have been raving about it forever. This is the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. I really like this mascara. It dries down quick enough. It's not too wet, because I find that wet mascaras just kind of get everywhere. But this one, it's dry enough without being clumpy or without feeling like it's tugging on your lashes. And I feel like it gave it lots of volume, lots of length, and lots of definition. So now we can move on to other kind of base makeup, our bronzer, our blush, our highlights. And these are all products that I already owned in my collection. They're not new. So first I'm going to go in with bronzer, and this is by Essence. It is their Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder, and this is in the shade Sunny, which is supposed to be for darker skin types, but honestly, if you are darker than me, I don't know how well this would work for you. Essence kind of doesn't have the best shade range as far as their skin products go, and they really need to get on that because they're a super affordable brand, and everyone should be able to have access to super affordable makeup. Next, I'm going to be going in with a blush, and I have two options here. They're both from the drugstore. One is from e.l.f., and it is their primer infused blush, and then the other one is by Physicians Formula, and it is their butter blush. So I'm going to go in with the butter blush. Both are incredible incredible blushes. They come in a variety of shades, so you should definitely look into them. The e.l.f. blush is obviously cheaper, but is only available online. I haven't been able to find it in store. And I'm gonna go in with my stippling brush because I just want a flush of blush color today. I don't want it to be too crazy intense because the eye look itself is very dark, so we don't want to have like super red cheeks. Okay, so now we're going on to highlight. This is my favorite affordable highlighting palette. This is by ColourPop. It is their Innuendo palette. It comes with 6 gorgeous highlighting shades. They're all super creamy, super buttery feeling, and very reflective on the face. So I'm going to go in with this purpley tone because I think it goes with the eye look. I'm just going to put that everywhere. I feel like glowing. Now the last thing that we are going to do to our face today is our lips. Now before I do my lips, I do usually go in with my setting spray, so I'm going to go in with that right now. This is a Drugstore setting spray. It's by L'Oreal. It is their Infallible Pro Spray and Set. I actually use this probably the most of all my setting sprays. This stuff really helps to keep your makeup in place all day long. Melt that makeup into my skin. Now we're gonna go in with the very last product, and this is also a new product. This is from Makeup Revolution. It is one of their lip kits. This is in the shade Echelon. So yeah, so you get the stick and the matching liquid lipstick. This looks a lot pinker than it does in the box. Even the little color here, that looks pretty red, and this looks pretty pink. A little nervous. You go in with this first to outline your lips, and then you fill in with the liquid lipstick. Okay, this is a very matte stick. It applies very matte. So I've just lined my lips with this, and now I'm gonna go in with this one. I'm hoping it's not too dry. I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll actually be nicer that it's almost looking like a more nudie pink, although in the tube it looks a little deeper, so I don't know. This is definitely more nude than I was expecting it to be, but kind of shocking. It's almost like my perfect nudie pinky brown. Get even closer so you guys can see this. Yeah, it's almost like a perfect nude on me. This is weird. I was not expecting this. That is it, you guys. That's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. I hope you like the way that the makeup look turned out. I certainly do. And I think my favorite products today are for sure the Lash Princess Mascara by Essence and the eyebrow pencil by Kiss, which is definitely a surprise. I wasn't sure how this was going to turn out at all. And I think my eyebrows look really, really nice. As far as the eyeshadows go, I do think that they worked really well. I'm glad I picked up the palette because they do blend beautifully and they apply really nicely to the eye. The only issue I have with these shadows is that I wish they were a tiny bit more pigmented. That yellow on my lash line is just, it's really hard to see, and I wish that it could pop a little bit more like I was hoping it would when I saw it in the pan. You can expect brand new videos from me every single Tuesday and Friday, so there is another video coming out later this week. Stay tuned for that. It is a different video from anything I've ever posted, and I'm actually quite nervous about it, but hopefully you guys will enjoy it and it will go well. And you know what? That's it. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!